Coming up on Your Money and Your Life, is it better to pay off your mortgage early or invest the extra cash? How solar panels can reduce, even eliminate your power bill. Retiree Paul shares how he's still making an income. Plus, in Kochie's Budget Challenge, life with a threenager and all the bills that come with it. G'day and welcome to Your Money and Your Life, the show that's all about giving Australians a leg up during these tough financial times. My goal is to give you practical, real-world advice you can actually use without the financial jargon and ultimately help you build long-term wealth. We're kicking things off with Kochie's Budget Challenge. Each week, with the team at Compare the Market, we pour through the household bills of Aussie families to see if we can find them better deals. There's hundreds, even thousands of dollars on the table. Today we meet Bevan and his wonderful young family in Adelaide.
With cost of living going up and all the other challenges that we're all going through at the moment with fuel price increases and what have you, any money that you can save is a bonus. Hi, I'm Bevan from Adelaide. I've got a wife, Kelly, who's a primary teacher, and a daughter called Evie, who's nearly 4 years old. I'm a journalist and mostly work from home, which is fantastic. Been in this house for just over 3 years now and very lucky to be in such a beautiful home in a lovely area. I generally get told by Kelly I'm a terrible budgeter, so I think she said I'm a champagne campaigner on a beer budget. So yeah, she's definitely the one that does a very good thing in terms of the savings, and that's why she looks after the money in the household. Probably having some more home-cooked meals now, I think, and not eating out as much. We both love our coffees, and Kelly definitely needs it, with Evie waking up a few times a night. Just be interested to hear what Kochie has to say about how we can change our bills or who we go through as a supplier, and if there's anything differently that we can do.
Kelly and Bevan, thanks for joining us and having us here. And little Evie over the back. There's a Paul supporter.
Yes.
Bevan, Kelly, it's a mixed marriage. You're a Crow supporter.
It is, yes.
And marriage survives. Cost of living crisis hitting lots of families. How's it hitting you guys? Is it tough?
It is tough. I'm keeping a budget, keeping a spreadsheet, monitoring the bills, and yeah, they're going up.
Everyone talks about inflation figures and cost of living, but when it starts to affect your lifestyle and you've got a little 4-year-old as well, it becomes really tough, doesn't it?
The bills I've noticed that have gone up, and obviously everyone knows about the interest rate changes in recent times, so the home loans, one of those biggest factors. Just everywhere in general, I think the bills have gone up.
So the team at Compare the Market have gone through all the bills. We think there could be some good potential savings.
Great.
With some of your bills, but they're just thought starters. You're going to have to do your own numbers.
Okay.
Let's start with the biggest bill that everyone has, which is the home loan. You're on a pretty good deal at the moment, but the home loan experts at Compare the Market have come up, and there's one option, 5.84%. Save you $54 a month, $650 a year. It's a good start.
Great.
More money for the beers at the footy, so happy days.
Like the way you think, Bevan. That's like a rate cut without even waiting for the Reserve Bank to do it for you. So that's a good
that's a
saving.
holiday, as savings for a holiday.
Look at your home loan, because there could be refinancing fees involved there. So you sort of got to do the numbers.
Yes.
So the decision's up to you, but it is worth shopping around and just checking on that. And I think the message for everyone is that you don't just have to cop RBA rate rises. By comparing what's out there in the market and negotiating with your lender, you can get a rate cut yourself.
Okay,
and be a whole lot easier. Next up. Can you give Poppy Koch a bit of a wave? Good girl. Well done. We've got 2 4-year-old grandkids as well. It's a very cute age.
Definitely have to spend a bit more money by having a child for sure, so that's been one game changer. Hindi and childcare, entertaining Evie with her swimming and other commitments and that sort of thing.
Home and contents insurance, one of the biggest bills that people often set and forget. Lynn, my wife, does our household budget. She's done it for 47 years. She has this mantra: you never automatically renew an insurance policy.
Okay.
You always check it, because it's so easy to compare.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Even if you get a so-called loyalty discount, often that's just marketing gobbledygook. It doesn't really mean you're getting a discount anyhow. So there's still lots of savings. It's not all just about a cheaper deal. It's about right-sizing your cover as well, doing an audit on your contents to make sure that's the right level, that you're not being over-insured for contents or under-insured, looking at the building costs for replacement for the house. So it's more going and making sure you're making the right assumptions to get a policy that suits for you.
Yeah.
But you're on a pretty good deal, but check it. So home loan, check your home and contents insurance, because the levels will make a really big difference.
Okay.
So that's a good start.
Yeah.
More potential savings to come.
Great.
Ooh.
After the break, Ben Nash explains where your extra money could work hardest: your mortgage or investments. Welcome back to Your Money and Your Life. Now, it might not feel like it now, but at some point you'll likely have spare cash, whether it's from a bonus, a tax refund, or savings over time. Once the basics are covered, the big question is, where should you put it to work? Is it better to pay down your mortgage or invest in the share market? Financial advisor Ben Nash from Pivot Wealth joins us. Ben, good to see you again. What do you recommend to your clients?
Well, I think it really depends on the situation that you're in. There's a quick answer, I suppose, and then there's the right answer for most people. The quick answer is found by looking at the interest rate that you're going to save by putting money into your mortgage, and you compare that against the expected return that you would get from investing into the share market. And so at the moment, we're sitting at mortgage interest rates of around 6.5%, and the share market, the long-term return is about 9.8% in Australia over like a 30-year time frame. Now, keep in mind that mortgage interest, especially on your own home, is not tax deductible. And so that's an after-tax return, that's 6.5% saving, whereas the return on the share market is taxable income. And so the after-tax return is probably a little bit lower than the 9.8% headline. But typically, over the long term, it's slightly better from a pure numbers perspective to be investing in the share market. But then you need to look at your strategy and where you're at to figure out what's going to be the best move for you.
How do you figure that out in terms of a strategy for you?
Well, I think you look at how much room you've got in your financial situation overall. And so, for example, if you're a first home buyer and you've just stretched yourself to get into the property market, you probably have a relatively high mortgage, perhaps the highest that it's ever going to be. Maybe your cash flow is quite tight. And so for someone in that situation, putting some extra money into your mortgage can give you a bit of breathing room in your debt. It also can bring your monthly mortgage payments down, so help from a cash flow perspective.
And sleep a bit better.
And sleep a bit better at night. So because you're not carrying so much risk, absolutely. Yeah. Whereas if you're on the other side of that spectrum and you've got a very low mortgage relative to the value of your home, maybe you bought 5, 10, 15 years ago and your cash flow is quite good, then in that sort of case, then perhaps you could look more to invest in the share market because you've got the room to actually do that.
What about putting that extra cash into super?
Well, super's great. It's essentially the same as investing into the share market, except for the fact that you get a full tax deduction on money that you put into your super fund up to that concessional contribution limit, which is $30,000 up to the 30th of June and then $32,500 from the 1st of July. It still does the same thing from a returns perspective, but you get the tax benefit on the way in. The only thing to keep in mind is the access to your super. The money that goes inside, you can't touch it until you're getting close to or in retirement. So if you're younger and you've got a lot of time before that is, then you just want to carefully consider and make sure that you've got some level of assets outside of super and that you're balancing it as part of your overall financial strategy.
There's a strategy for everyone, isn't there? If you think it through. It's how important is it to get advice, even from a young age, to build a blueprint, to talk to an advisor like you?
Well, look, obviously I'm a little bit biased being a financial advisor myself, but I've been fortunate to see thousands of people put together really good financial plans. And you can see the financial upside, the confidence upside, and the peace of mind that comes from that. So I think it's very valuable. But I think particularly with decisions like this, the benefit that you get from seeing everything mapped out. And I think for older people, they're getting closer to retirement, and it's like you've got a runway there that you need to make work. For younger people, you're probably making big life decisions like starting a family, getting into the property market, having kids, and knowing what your numbers are and how much room you've got, not just today, but 6 months from now or 3 years from now, when you're making these 10 or 20-year decisions. Very, very powerful, and allows you to really optimise what you're doing and make the most of the money that you've actually got.
And the cost of advice is tax deductible as well, isn't it?
That's right. The ATO have changed their rules recently to make it easier and more accessible for people as well. So that can definitely help the tax time.
Bonus. Ben Nash, good to see you. Today's money myth to bust. Financial advice is only for the wealthy, right? No, wrong. Research from Brighter Super shows around half of pre-retirees who get financial advice say they feel prepared for life after work. These results were consistent with the previous year, showing just how powerful financial advice can be. Across every demographic group, people who get advice feel far more confident about their retirement outlook. And it's not just for people with large super balances. In fact, people with modest savings can benefit also. Small tweaks like boosting contributions, reviewing investments, managing fees, or improving tax strategies can compound over time. While you can pay a financial advisor, many people don't realise super funds offer different levels of guidance too, often at no additional cost or even payable from your super account. Here are some things to consider. Check what advice and guidance is offered by your super fund. Use the support available, including online tools, calculators, and in-person events. If you need more comprehensive help, ask your super fund about guidance and advice that's tailored to you. Because the truth is, good advice is not a luxury for the wealthy. It's an affordable tool that can help you get ahead. Still to come, how a former nurse is making money in retirement. So what are your personal financial goals and how do you make your money work harder? I love sitting down with people and delving into their personal financial journey. Today, I'm talking to Paul and learning a lot. Paul, thanks for doing this. Tell us about yourself.
My name's Paul. I'm about 71 years old. I'm retired about 3 years ago. I was working as a nurse for about 42 years in the New South Wales health system.
Tell me about your financial journey. Have you always had an interest in money?
I got a job for a year with the public service, and that's what started my financial career, you could say, because I was able to save some money. When I went to uni for the next 3 years, I wasn't desperate for money all the time. So if I needed, in those days, $300 or $400 desperately, I had it saved. So that gave me a buffer all my life, I think.
So did your goals change over the years? From those early years, then through middle age and then approaching retirement?
I bought my first house. I only bought 2 houses ever in Marrickville in 1997. But during that time, from the late 90s, I started reading financial columns and investment counselling things in newspapers and magazines, and sometimes you'd hear things on the radio, and I started to put together, sort of an idea about.
So you took an interest.
I took an interest.
Did your homework, research, learnt more about money?
I was humbled because the mortgage locked me into a certain discipline,
right,
which I didn't have to worry about until 15, 16 years ago. I paid my house off. Then I had to seriously think about where to invest the money I was putting into the mortgage because I'd paid it off.
Is that the big lesson for you, that you invest for a decent return, but you've got to be comfortable with it? You've got to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, I was talking the other day to someone about investments, and I'm sort of rechurning some of the magic slogans I've come across in the last 20 years about don't put all your money into one basket, I think they say.
So, Paul, tell us about Term Plus.
Oh, I saw some advertising about 2 and a bit years ago about certain interest rates and certain terms, 1, 2 and 5 years, which I thought, well, I can fit into some of that. And the part that got me was the income rate, which was based on the fixed Reserve Bank rate and a margin above that. So I thought this is sounds very sensible without being too outrageously generous a return. So I think I can trust these people. It's all been good. And one of the reasons is because there's this phone number I've got of this particular person. Well, she sometimes has rung me, but I ring up and if I've got any inquiries or doubts about something or other, I get a quick response, and it's in good, simple language, but it's suitable for my level of sophistication.
Right.
I've recently been asked about what's my rollover intention, and I basically said, well, look, what's another 2 years? I've only retired 3 years. Can you sleep with this investment? Of course I can, because I know I can always ring that number and talk to that lady.
Yep, that's important.
Personal connection.
Paul, good to catch up. Great to get a bit of an insight into your money mindset. Appreciate your time.
David, it's been warm and it's been real.
Coming up next, the truth about solar savings. Could your electricity bill actually drop to zero? With electricity prices biting, many Aussies are wondering, could solar panels reduce my power bill to zero? More than 4 million homes in Australia already have solar panels, generating their own electricity and reaping the savings benefits. But it's not just about getting them installed, it's about how you use them. Running appliances like washing machines and pool pumps during the day can dramatically reduce your reliance on the grid. And if your system generates more electricity than you use, you may even receive a credit on your bill.
Just make sure your electricity plan includes a good feed-in tariff and competitive usage rates, so you can receive a credit for excess solar energy sent back to the grid.
Experts say for many families, a large on-grid solar system can deliver bigger savings than investing in an expensive battery. But batteries can help by storing unused solar power for nighttime use. Here are some other ways to boost your solar savings. Make the most of good weather and run your big appliances in the daytime. Shop around for power plans and look for cheaper peak rates to help you save when the sun is not shining. And make sure you're on a good feed-in tariff to help offset your costs overnight. It's a good idea to compare plans at least once a year.
Electricity is a highly competitive market and there are often better deals available, even with the same provider.
According to some installers, switching to solar could save households between $1,200 and $2,000 a year on electricity. Yes, there are upfront costs to consider, but there are also federal government rebates and state government incentives.
Hi, I'm Grady Wolfe from Bell Financial Group, and here's our stock of the week. Pro Medicus is an Australian tech company operating in the healthcare space that helps doctors view medical scans like X-rays and MRIs. Its main platform, Visage 7, lets radiologists pull up images almost instantly, whether they're in hospital or working remotely. That speed is a pretty big deal as it helps doctors work faster and see more patients. The share price has dropped a lot recently though, mainly because investors are worried AI could impact future earnings, but those fears might be overdone. Pro Medicus has spent years building its tech and very strong relationships with major hospitals, which makes it pretty hard for competitors to catch up quickly. AI could actually be a positive as well, helping radiologists work more efficiently and easing global staff shortages. Looking ahead, earnings are expected to grow around 20% next year, and the business is highly profitable. With steady income and global growth potential, Pro Medicus remains a strong long-term growth company.
Well, that's all we have time for today. If you want more expert tips on saving, investing and building a better future, go to ymyl.com.au, and while you're there, subscribe to my newsletter. It's free and it gets delivered directly to your inbox every Friday. Thanks for watching. Next week on Your Money and Your Life, has the Australian dream changed forever? We look at different ways young Aussies are breaking into the property market. Risk and return, how to take control of your superannuation investments at any age. The mining stocks powering the tech revolution. Grady Wolfe reveals her top pick. Plus, part 2 of Kochie's Budget Challenge with Bevan and Kelly, whose power bills could use a switch.